When English is not your first language, being calm and confident before speaking can help the words come out how you mean them. In this video, I'll share my top 5 ways to calm your nerves so your voice can be heard. Now, I teach to non-native English speakers, but these strategies really can be for anyone. So stick around even if English is your first language. So how can you calm those nerves before speaking to a room full of native English speakers or just a group of people? It is our natural tendency, our human brain wiring to really care about how others perceive us. So when we put ourselves out in front of people, nerves go up, okay? We want to belong to that group. We want them to accept us. It's very innate and wired in us to want that acceptance and that belonging. So what happens is when you get in front of people and you feel this fear that maybe they're gonna judge you, or maybe you're gonna mess up and do something that you're gonna feel embarrassed about, or you feel like you're not going to be accepted or belong to the group, that stress level goes up. I think about one of my students, Mariana, and she is a scientist from Romania. And she had an incredible career as a scientist and won all sorts of awards and was very passionate about science, okay? So as she retired, she wanted to go into teaching the younger generation. She felt like more students needed to get into science and that not enough people were getting into science at a young age. But as she was going and pursuing this part of teaching, she was really worried about how this younger generation and these kids, what they would think about her. She got really self-conscious about the way that she spoke English, and she was worried that, maybe the younger generation, they're more direct and they're going to say things to her or going to criticize her for the way that she spoke. And so her confidence level really, really dropped, which was crazy because she's such a brilliant woman and she has so much to offer, but it was her own mindset and her own fear of that possible judgment from others that was keeping her from pursuing this teaching career, this second career of teaching. So we talked through some strategies of what she could do as she's going and speaking with these students. So number 1, breathe, okay? That stress level increases, that cortisol in your blood is increasing, and it creates this stress inside of you. So those nerves are really activated. So your heart might be pounding, you might be shaking, you have this energy surging through your body. Okay? We have to calm that energy down. Because a lot of times that can affect the way that your voice is working. It might, create a shakiness in your voice. So we have to really breathe deeply and release those nerves. All right. As you breathe deeply, it cleanses out your body. It releases that energy and helps you really be able to ground in a more stable energy. Okay, so breathing is the first technique. The next is warm up if possible. So really loosen up your mouth. So you'll notice that, anybody who's going to speak at big public events, they're probably doing some type of warm-up routine. Maybe reading out loud their introduction or moving their mouth so that they can kind of loosen up. So it's just like warming up to exercise. Your muscles need to move and to stretch and to get ready for that running or jumping or whatever sport or activity you're going to do with your body. Your mouth is the same way. You want to warm up. So what does that look like? Sometimes it's reading out loud. It's reading out loud, focusing on really slowing down, moving your mouth, speaking louder. So do some kind of warm up routine that works for you. Okay, the next is power poses. So Amy Cuddy, she gave a TED Talk and talked about some of the research that she did. And she did a study that showed that when you do high power poses, it increases your testosterone, which is more of that confidence hormone, and lowers that cortisol, which is like the stress hormone. So high power poses are, something that brings yourself wide. So your chest is up, your arms are back, your head is up, and just even standing in this power pose for 2 minutes before going into a speaking event can help you get the chemicals activated in your brain to help you with that confidence. Okay, I love this little tip or secret because I've used it myself and it really does help a lot. Next is slow down. Okay, when you're speaking, your nerves are high and you tend to speak faster. Okay, that is a natural response to stress or nervousness. Is you want to speak faster. Why? Because you want to get it over with as fast as possible. Your brain is like, okay, if we just speak faster, this will go faster and I can be done. So we really have to hijack the brain and say, no, we're gonna speak slowly, because when I speak slowly, my mind and my mouth can keep up and I'm able to speak more clearly, more accurately, and with greater confidence. And it's also going to calm myself. It's going to calm your nerves. It's going to bring that grounding. So slowing down is so critical. The next one is focus on your listener. Focus on them, not you. So as your attention is on them, you can get out of your own head. So a lot of times we go into a speaking situation and you're like, oh, they're judging me. I'm going to make a mistake. Oh, what am I going to say? How am I going to say it? We're in our own heads. We're thinking about ourselves. So the mirror is turned, towards yourself. So you're thinking mostly about yourself. And what we want to do is be more of a window. Let's look at our audience. Let's see what they need. Let's see how to add value to their lives. So when the focus becomes less about ourselves and more about them, then that confidence will build. We'll be able to feel that those nerves come down and be able to calmly say what we need to say and how we want to say it. So Mariana tested this out. She really focused on her students. She focused on teaching them and caring about them. She focused on showing her passion for them and the science that she loved so much and she wanted them to love. Okay, so when she focused on that, she really was able to be so much more powerful in the way that she communicated with those students. Okay, I love this saying that in my 20s, I was worried about what people thought about me. In my 30s, I decided not to care what people thought about me. And in my 40s, I realized no one was even thinking about me in the first place. So let's get out of other people's minds and let's say, you know what? People can judge, they can think whatever they want to think. But what matters most is what I think. And I care deeply about the message that I'm sharing. I care deeply about my audience. And I want to give them the best value possible. So use these strategies the next time you're in a speaking situation so that you can feel more confident and speak more clearly and at ease. Now, if you're a non-native English speaker and you want to really dive deeper into the most commonly mispronounced consonant in American English, let's talk about the TH rule in the next video.